How's the day going so far? Very good. My name is Adrian. I'm the director of dance here at Farmington High School. Happy to host the Suburban Conference Jazz Festival. This is my 10th year hosting this thing. Oh my gosh, crazy. Thank you. I'm really, really excited about the Clinicians Day. Some of you have been here before, some of you are brand new to this, but this is a really unique festival where we have groups in the morning, groups in the afternoon, but we bring the clinicians in during the midday, and so you can hear them like professionally playing and doing stuff. We're gonna have an opportunity to have like questions and answers, things happening. They're gonna talk about what they're gonna do, but I do want to make sure that especially all the directors know that this has been sponsored by Schmidt Music for a lot of years, and I'm so grateful for all of their help with this because it helps offset the cost that the clinicians deserve to be paid decently to be here all day. So make sure that you send a note out to your rep and thank them for their generosity. What was I going to say? Oh, fun fact. Vinnie is here. If you haven't checked out his stuff yet, all these guys behind me are amazing musicians. Check out all their stuff. But while I didn't have Vinnie as a student, he's a Farmington grad. And it's really, really cool. We talk a lot about, and I'm sure you do in your own programs as well, we talk a lot about legacy and what it means to be a part of something and to give back to your community and to just, like, I hope that the Farmington students right now are looking to this and understanding, like, oh my gosh, like, it's really cool that they're coming back to play. And even though he didn't go to school in this building, this is new since '09, that he's able to come back and give back to his community, and I hope that you are able to do that too, and that we all appreciate what we get to do every single day or week or month or whatever it is by playing jazz. This morning's bands were just ridiculously amazing. I've watched us all like, we're all missing kids today, right? Because they're on the road and whatever else for the Ohio stuff, and this is what we're talking about when the band always wins. And we're giving back, we're sitting and we're playing for each other, and we're showing up and we're doing the work and we support each other. So, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait for y'all to hear all these amazing musicians. We're gonna have probably like a Q&A thing, so don't be shy, raise your hand, ask your questions. There's different walks of professions here. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for being here.
Well, hey everybody. Good to be here with y'all. So, just for the record here, this is my actual hair. I'm 44, but I went to school all these years ago back at Farmington High School, so I still got my hair, still got my vibe going on. So, it's just a little joke, trying to break my ice. But, anyways, we're going to do some interesting stuff here. And I figured since we have a little different setup than maybe a full, guitar, bass, drums, and instrumentalists. We don't have a bass player, which is fine. We can work around that. But I thought we'd do something different. So here's what's going on. I'm Vinnie, of course, and we've got Adrian Suarez on the drums back here. We've got Hedenstrom, Dr. Aaron Hedenstrom playing saxophone. We got Omar, Abdulkarim, right? On flugelhorn. And trumpets, we got both going on, and of course I'm doing some guitar here. And I thought would it be fun to try and show you, demonstrate what a live experience would be like, not just for you guys, but also for us. And so I'm gonna pull each person up and do a duet with them. And then I might do a little solo thing at the end as well. But none of these guys know what song I'm gonna call. In fact, Omar is going to be our first one here, and once you grab up to this microphone, let me talk to you for a second. So, Omar, how long have we known each other?
It's been a little bit.
Brief? I think we've said maybe 10 words to each other.
Yeah, about right.
That's about right. So we just met. So we've never played together. I have never heard this guy play one note live. We've never played anything together. So that could be intimidating, right? But the beautiful thing about music is it's a completely different language. So we may not know each other personally, but we can do something together musically. And we're going to create something on the spot here. that neither one of us, well, I've done it before, that's the advantage. So we're going to do this song called Breezin' by George Benson. Have you heard that song before?
I think so.
It's a very, very simple song. It's only 2 bars repeated over and over again. And it's in D flat. Concert D, thank you, yes, concert D flat. That makes a big difference, right? When you do with horns and saxophones, and you got E flat instruments, B flat instruments. So you can see Omar's wisdom right there in that. And I'm just going to start this tune out. I got my live looping pedal on the ground here, so I'm going to record what I'm doing live. I can hit all these buttons right now on the ground. Nothing happens because I haven't put anything in there yet. So just like the Ed Sheeran kind of stuff, I'm gonna loop this stuff. And then I'm going to play the melody. Now the melody is very simple too, so you can join in on that if you want. And then you can back off, and then I'll kind of show you what George Benson does, and then we're just going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen either, so this will be kind of fun. And you guys don't know what's going to happen, so you guys are in on the fun just as much as I am. So here's the melody. Want to try to pick that up? That's Omar. Abdulkarim. Woo. Okay. Have you guys ever felt nerves before performing? I got good news and bad news. The bad news, they never go away. The good news is you learn how to put them into your music. So once you learn how to do that, it doesn't mean you get it right all the time. It just means that you can take all that energy you have and put it out into that. And that's a really cool thing. To be nervous is a good thing. It means that you care about what you're doing, right? Now, there can also be the other side of it where you're so concerned about what other people are going to think, you're afraid that if you make a mistake or do something bad, then everyone's going to judge you, which is even more the case in your generation than it was in my generation. It seems like everyone's watching each other, but hopefully you'll be able to see that we're just free up here. We don't give a rip. We're going to make all kinds of mistakes and have fun because it doesn't make a difference. But if you can channel that energy into your music, man, that's when it becomes really fun, and you just start to zone in, and you're just in the moment. Okay, so that was our first victim. Aaron Hedenstrom, Dr. Aaron Hedenstrom, let's have him come up here.
What am I in for? What are you going to do to me?
Oh, no. Now, Aaron is a composer. Actually, I went to school for music composition too. So, do we have any people here that plan on doing music as a career or you don't have to do this, but also go to college for music specifically? How many people here are thinking about that? Hey, okay, that's a good third, maybe, and maybe after today or after you have more school stuff, there might be more of you. Now, some of you may or may not know this, but there's different levels of school that you can do. The first level of college is normally called an undergraduate. Usually takes about 4 years. I got mine in music composition, which means I was writing music for classical orchestras. That's basically what the instruction was based upon that. Which, if you want to know what can you do with that degree, we call that, do you want fries with that degree? Because it's going to be very difficult to make a living being a composer unless you're extremely well known and have the right connections. It's not like every orchestra is sitting around town just got all this money waiting to just give people, composers to write for them. It's difficult. So Aaron did that just like I did, but then he went further. He got a master's degree. Does anyone know how long a master's degree takes? 2 years. 2 years to do a master's degree. So now you did 4 years undergraduate, 2 years master's. But then Aaron, he's an overachiever. And he got his doctorate. Now, I didn't know this when I was a kid. I thought if you're a doctor, that means you're a medical doctor. Like you go to the medical doctor to get checked out if you got a rash. It's supposed to be a joke. Anyways, but you can get your doctorate in music, right? You can study a specific field of music. You can get lots of different doctorates. You can get a doctorate in music history or musicology or performance. What was your doctorate specifically, Aaron?
So it's kind of a long, drawn-out title. I'll try to put it as succinctly as I can. It's a music performance with an emphasis in jazz composition. Something like that. And I like to think my grandfather was an actual physical doctor, like a physician. So I like to think in my small way I'm carrying on the torch.
Hey. Okay, so, and that's another, usually 2. Sometimes you can get it done in a year and a half. Was yours about 2 or 3 years? How long did it?
Doctor?
Yeah. 3. So that's 4 years of school if you're undergraduate. 2 more years for your master's usually. We got 6 if I'm doing my math right. And then Aaron did 3 more. That's 9 years of extra schooling, right? Now that's one career path you can do. And so Aaron writes music for all different types of settings. He teaches at a university and stuff. I just did the 4. I was like, it's way too hard to do that more schooling. But I do more performance stuff around the Twin Cities here. So my thing has always been I want to play as much as I can. And school was just a little bit too much work. And I didn't see a payoff for myself currently. But that's another way you can go is to get your doctorate. And then that allows him to be able to teach at universities and schools and things. He has the accreditation that he can get a job. Now, if I came knocking on Farmington High School like, hey, can I get a job here? They're going to be like, you're not a teacher. I'm like, well, watch me play. They're going to be like, big deal. Do you know how to conduct a band? Do you know how to run this? Do you have an ed degree? So anyways, just want to kind of share that as we're going through, because you might have questions for us as we get through. Music, though. We came here to do some music, right? All right, so we're going to do My Funny Valentine. But we're going to do it in the key of B. I'm so sorry. You know, I got an idea for, normally it's in C sharp, right? Concert B minor. Normally it's in concert C minor, but I have my guitar tuned down a half step. All the strings are 1/2 down, so it's easier on my voice. And I'll be singing this song. So you can just pull out and lip down and play it in. That's an old joke that Jeff Gotwig, the old band director here, used to tell me about. Hey, does anyone know the song Donna Lee? Really fast bebop song. Well, the joke, I don't know if it was serious, but he was saying he was on a gig one time, Jeff was. That song's an A-flat concert, and someone, the band leader said, let's play it in A. And the story was Jeff just pushed in and lipped up the whole time and pulled it off. I don't know if it's true, but he can tell you that. All right, so here we go. We'll give this one a shot, and we'll just do a little, I'll sing the song, and then you can play as long as you want. And then I'll finish it probably coming in with the B section and do an A out. Funny Valentine, a sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile from my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable. Yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than green? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? So don't change your hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine Day. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weird when you open it to speak? Are you smart? But don't change your hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Ooh, ooh. Each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine Day. That's Dr. Aaron Hedenstrom. Now, real quick before you leave, he also has a great version of Yakety Sax on YouTube. Don't you? Yes, he does. So make sure before you leave, write down to look up the YouTube video of Aaron doing Yakety Sax. You'll love it. Okay, thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. Woo. Next up is Adrian Suarez, my best friend, drummer, golf friend of mine, and man, you are inside my head musically, so this will be a lot of fun. I thought we could do the song Love by, not Cole Porter, Nat King Cole. It's just an AA, or it's just an AB type song, AB-AC, something like that. I think it's A-B-A-C, technically. It's 8 bars, then 8 bars, 8 bars, and 8 bars, kind of like that. I wish I would have done that. I didn't have time to set that up. So Adrian and I have played in lots of different groups together, trios and big bands and different things, and he's also a record producer, and he's a multi-instrumentalist, so we won't have you demonstrate that, but he can do lots of different instruments and stuff. So you've got a whole different bag, whole different career musically and stuff. So he's a guy that can do it all. But we're going to do drums today. We're going to do some percussion. And so for this one, I thought this one's got a little bit of tempo to it, but we won't make it crazy tempo. And then we'll just see what happens after that. I might loop it. We'll see, or we'll just see what happens. So. What else is there any? I don't have to tell him the key because he doesn't have to worry about finding the right key. That's kind of nice. So we talked about tempo. Luckily, we've been around enough together we can... Dizzy Gillespie, you guys know the name Dizzy Gillespie? Right, trumpet player. If I always think really basic. I'm not that technical. So he's the trumpet player that had the bent horn, because I think his case fell one time and it bent up and he just kept it that way, so that's how you knew him. He's the one that cheeks went out when he played, which is not good technique, right? Don't do that. Omar says don't do that. If anyone's caught blowing trumpet with their cheeks out, we're going to put you in the corner. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's okay. But anyways, he said this quote. He said, as he got older, because he was still playing in his 70s and later on, he said this. They asked him, what's the secret to music, or what do you think? He said, the older I get, I learn how to cover my mistakes better. So think about that for a minute. It's not necessarily about being more accurate in what you do. It's about taking what you do and making something of it, even if things go south or go sideways. Because all of us could tell you about shows we've done, musicians we've played with, gigs we've done, and things go horribly wrong. And somehow, with the music we do, it's more show-type stuff where we're performing for audiences like this, not usually a dance audience where you can get away with stuff. You got to somehow make something out of it, and do it in a way that, it doesn't offend your other musicians. So there's stuff to be learned. But well, if we do make mistakes, we'll cover them up, right? So I can do a few bars on top, and you just feel free to come in whenever you want. So don't worry about trying to catch it right on the front. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anything that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't bring in love. It's made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. E is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anything that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, please don't bring in love. It's made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. A is Suarez, the only one I see. B is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anything that you adore. Your love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't bring in love. It's made for me and love. It's made for me and love. It's made for me and you. That's Adrian Suarez. best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking faster than we talk slow. Always start a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it just out to my hand. Stop the van, band, the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing about, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm on the crazy, don't mind me. See, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab at my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. Oh, I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with the body. Last night you in my room. Now my Bible smells like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the body. Oh I, oh I, oh I, oh I. I'm in love with the body. Oh I, oh I, oh I, oh I. I'm in love with the body. Oh I, oh I, oh I, oh I. I'm in love with the body, every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the body, one weekend went to the store, begin we going on our first date. Me and you was so 50, we could all get neat, fill up a bag and then fill up a plate. Talk for hours and hours about us feeling the sound, how your family is doing okay. Even getting the taxi till the driver made the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I might be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab at my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. Oh, I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with the body. And last night you were in my room. Now my Bible smells like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the body. Oh I, oh I, oh I. I'm in love with the body. Oh I, oh I, oh I. I'm in love with the body. Oh I, oh I, oh I. I'm in love with the body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the body. Just to kind of demonstrate for you how you can take your jazz stuff and implement it into pretty much any type of style of music. So you can hear that when I got to the guitar solo, I wasn't doing like a normal melodic guitar solo that you'd hear that was inside the key that you hear on the radio. I did some weird like augmented chords and stuff. And I was bringing some of my jazz stuff into my playing. And that's helped me kind of stand out as a performer because while I love playing jazz, there's very few opportunities to make a living and be a family person and be able to support your family just playing jazz gigs. It's difficult. Some people do it very well. Or you have to be like one of the very tip top in the whole, top 100 of the world, you can travel around and do jazz. It's very difficult to do that. Or there's other ways of doing it, but you're on the road a lot. You're traveling and stuff. And I'm a family guy. There's things I like to do. So that's what has helped me stand out as a performer, because I play around here in Lakeville. I play at Barley and Vine. I play at the Chart House. I play at all different places around on the weekends, so if you want to come say hi to me. But I stand out because people who are just normal people that know nothing about music, nothing about jazz, they'll go, there's something different with that guy. You don't sound like everybody else we hear. That's because I'm a jazz musician, kind of in sheep's clothing, as whatever, but I'm really underneath I'm a fox. And I love to play jazz, right? So I just want to put that in there just to show you how, especially like how I built that loop. I was using, I was hitting my guitar like a drum and making sure I had the right time and make sure I wasn't rushing or dragging, and I had to make sure I had the timing right. And that all comes from studying jazz, believe it or not. So all the stuff that your band directors are telling you, I know 99% of it goes in one ear and out the other because I was just like you guys, right? But the little things that will stick will be the importance about knowing your rhythm. Knowing exactly every note you're playing is with intention. There's no bologna sandwich. There's no BS in your notes. Every single note matters. You never put a note just for the fun of it. You never do a note just because you can. It has to have context and meaning. And so that is including in your rhythm and your time. And I also want to do it this way just to have fun with these guys and show you how versatile you have to be in music. Not everyone you can just throw up on stage and say, hey, we've never played together, or we haven't played, Aaron, we haven't played since we did duets in some guy's basement years ago. And those videos are online too. It's probably 6, 7, 8 years ago that we did that, but we can just come up and play as if we've been playing together for all these years. So that's the expectation that is going to be on some of you guys as you go out into the music world. You're going to show up to college your first week. You're going to find the good players, the people who sound good, and you're going to have a little bit of expectation. And it doesn't mean you have to be at that level, but that's what you're going for. You want to be at a place where anyone can throw just about any song at you, and you're going to be able to contribute. It doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that you ace it every time, but you want to contribute. The stuff that Adrian and I were doing, Adrian's over there stomping his foot and doing different. We're making a show. We're having fun, and it's all done musically. There was no just smoke and mirrors. Like everything he was doing was in time. It all had context. It all had meaning. So I just want to encourage you guys, be thinking about those things as you go on to your career. So we'll be musically. With the little bit of time we have left, I thought it'd be fun to see if you guys have any questions. Not necessarily for me, but we got 3 different styles of musicians here, different instruments. We all have different careers in music. And so if you have any thoughts, go ahead and share them, and I'll repeat your question, and then we can answer them. And don't be shy. Go ahead and speak up. Almost anything's okay. Some things you won't share. Okay, that's a very instrument-specific question. And so he was asking, what kind of electronics do I have up here going on, which is, there's some instruments that you can, I've heard some trumpet players use live looping. I don't know if that works with saxophone, with the sound that's coming out of the other parts of the instrument. Have you heard saxophone players do it? Oh, sure. Yeah, so you can do that. So, but for me, here's my little plug. I use the Infinity Looper, which I have an endorsement through them, surprisingly, because I'm nobody as far as on the list of who's. But I use that and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then the other question was, why do I have these guitar strings still on there? Well, there is a guy back in the 90s, his name was Kurt Cobain from Nirvana. And I noticed he always had his strings like that, so I wanted to be just like him. Okay, next question. And this guy hates it because I come into a studio recording and he's like, dude, I can hear those strings vibrate, you gotta cut them off. Go ahead, don't be shy.
What's the biggest piece of advice you have for someone who's going into music?
Okay, I'll let one of these other guys answer it, so you guys can potluck.
Well, I'll start. I'd say I talked to the last band that I worked with about this, but I think listening is key in music. Listening to everything, not just stuff that you like, but say you're in the car with your parents driving somewhere and your little sister is a total Sabrina Carpenter junkie. There's probably not a lot of musical stuff you can take from that, but there's always something you can listen for and learn, and you never know when you're gonna need to take a Sabrina Carpenter song and turn it into something, right? So I'd say listen, and listen carefully to what your role is in music with your instrument, but then also listen in a jazz context. I don't listen to drummers. I stopped listening to drummers about 25 years ago. All I care about is bass players and the melody, because the melody is king. The melody is what's gonna put butts in seats, like people paying to come see you. But it's all about serving the melody in jazz and in all styles of music. So I'd say listening is my suggestion.
All right. Well, I deal with this question a lot because I teach at college, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. And one of my favorite parts of teaching in that capacity is actually career discussions, right? So a lot of what I do, it's not just teaching saxophone, it's not just teaching how to improvise over a chord change, but it's like, how do you make a living doing what you do? And my basic, I don't know where this feedback is coming from. Let's see. Is that better? All right. So my basic advice that I give is that every single person's path looks different, and when you try to distill it into a formula that everyone follows, it becomes really hard to recreate that. So for example, let's say you aspire to be the next, who's a musician that someone likes? Leo P, okay? Let's say you want to be the next Leo P, all right? Dancing and playing Barry sax and all that stuff. That's a really hard path to copy because Leo P's whole career is based on being a very independent, a very individual personality. And it's hard to do exactly what someone did, the way they did it, and recreate that success. Or another friend of mine wanted to be like Quincy Jones, the great, recently passed away unfortunately, but the great composer and producer and trumpet player. And then eventually realized like that was a different day and age. So my friend was comparing him, like by the time Quincy Jones was 30, he had written like 50 big band albums or something, like some crazy thing. He's like, that's not this day and age's reality, right? So like basically what I'm trying to say here is you have to evaluate your path on your own terms to some degree. But you can use inspiration from other people, right? But I would say the number one thing, and the thing that's hard about careers in music, just like any other career, is that it changes all the time. Like 50 years ago, you could do a certain range of things, you could make a living. Now those same skills may not make you that much money. So what stays the same with every musician I know that's successful is the hard work. That's it. You'll adapt, but if you're not working hard, then it's going to be hard to survive in a field as kind of open-ended as music. But I would just say, as long as you're working hard and discovering kind of what your path would be, I think you'll be fine. So that's my advice.
Give it up to the doctor. There you go. No, that's great advice. The hard work and consistency and dedication. If you're not consistent with your craft, that's going to show up on the bandstand and in the studio, whatever you're doing. So it's really just being dedicated to your craft and having a vision of what it is that you want to do, because there's so many different paths. You could be a solo artist, you could just be a recording artist. You maybe don't want to be in front of people. You don't like that. You want to, be behind the scenes. But whatever it is, kind of just hone in on exactly what you want to do. Some people want to be leaders. Some people want to be a sideman. They don't want to have to worry about, they just want to show up and play. So kind of just figure out what it is that you want to do. That's the first step, I think. Know exactly. And it changes over time sometimes. You ask for certain things. I believe in praying. That's what I see. You have to be careful for what you wish for, because you just may get it. It may be something that, you think you want, and then you get it, and it may be totally different. But just being open and being a good person, being a kind person, being a humble person, because no matter how great you are as a musician, if you're not a good person, people don't want to be around you. People are not going to want to hire you, So if you're a kind person, somebody that's enjoyable, listening to other people, to understand, not to respond, and just, that would be my advice. There's so many other aspects, but if you're a good person, you put in the work on your craft, professional, show up on time, dress right, learn your music, all those things. Like you're definitely gonna stay busy. You're gonna stay working. People want to be around you. You put in your work. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening. Oh yeah.
I just wanted to add one quick last thing that it kind of goes off of what I was saying about listening, and also about what Aaron said. And that is that when you're listening and doing your hard work, you're listening, but one thing you don't want to do is a C word. Who can guess what the C word might be? Comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. So when you go on a TikTok later and you see someone who's just killing it at alto sax at 14 and you're 15, and you feel bad about that, or like Aaron's friend who said, by 30 I got to write 50 big band compositions. Well, Quincy Jones didn't have Netflix. And I'm not saying that's as an excuse, that's just something we have to work around. We're in a different day and age now, but use that to your advantage. But don't get trapped into the trap, I guess, of thinking that everything you see online is real, because it's not. Likes and all that kind of stuff is, I don't need to be your parents, but don't compare yourselves to other people. Just appreciate their gift and what they're contributing, and try to see if anything that they're contributing is something you can steal. Because we're always stealing things. That's how we learn the vernacular of jazz. You got to steal licks to build up your own vocabulary. But just don't compare yourself, because it'll make you miserable.
Well, folks, I think we are at time, so thanks for being such a good audience. We appreciate it, and have some fun while we're here today.